button now.
Okay, I'm ready with my notebook.
All right, everyone's gonna go on mute just so we don't have as much feedback. Okay. So this is Kristy Hull. She is our diamond upline. She's the closest diamond to us in ranks. We have a lot of diamonds in our little tree, and she volunteered to spend a little time today just to talk with us, to help us, to give us some encouraging tips on how to grow our business, and for many of you guys on the team to be able to become silver by October 15th. That's our goal. So everything that she's saying right now, everything that she'll be saying tonight, just know that it takes effort. Anything she's saying, we're actually going to have to apply it. We can't just listen and be like, oh, that sounds awesome. We actually have to go out and apply it. So just listen and take heed to everything she's saying. All right, Kristy, go right on.
Hey, y'all. So thanks for joining us. I talked to Jeanette, when was that? Last Thursday, I guess, on the phone. And that's when I kind of said, well, how about you pick out your leaders, your people that say they want it, and let's get them on a call, because maybe they just need to hear from someone that's done it themselves. Maybe they need to hear a different, like sometimes like the way she says it might not resonate with you, but the way I say it does, and vice versa. And so I feel like every time I'm on a phone call with somebody, or I'm at a convention, or I'm listening to a YouTube video or whatever, I learned something different, because people learn different. People say things different. And so hopefully y'all will get something out of this. And so my biggest thing to her was, if we can get people silver, and I always push for people to try to go silver as quickly as possible. For one, you're going to start earning money. You're going to be getting that. You're going to get a check. You're going to get that first bonus. And it's going to give you some confidence. And you're going to start, that'll be the beginning of your team. And so I told her, but don't let, she's like, well, I've been doing this since April or March. And she was like, I'm not even gold yet. I said, girl, it took me 3 months to go silver, and I still went emerald in a year. Okay. So I always tell her, just because it takes you a little bit of time to hit a goal, that doesn't mean that it's going to take you forever to get to the top. One of the best references I love to use is Sarah Marble. It's S-A-R-A without a H, and then M-A-R-B-L-E. If you don't know her, look her up, follow her. When I first started, I watched all of her YouTube things. She's been in the business for 5 years. She speaks so well. She knows everything. And you guys, it took her 8 months to go silver, okay? 8 months to go silver, and she's still a diamond today. It took her, I think, about 3 years to go diamond. But I always tell people, if it takes you 3 years working this business and putting forth some effort, like in the nooks and crannies of your day, to be making almost $500,000 a year, it's more than worth it, So the first thing in going silver that I always like to talk about, well, this is just in building your business in general, is making a list of people that you want to contact. So did y'all all get a welcome kit when you signed up? Did they get the new success kit probably? Yes, okay. So in that book, and I've got mine hidden somewhere in this office, there in that book, there is a section that talks about your Frank's list, okay? And it, talks about friends, your relatives. Anyways, it talks about all that, and with each letter, it gives all of these kind of brain triggers to make you remember, okay, well, I know this friend from back in high school, and I know this friend because of my kids. And so on that deal, it allows you to start, it makes you think of more people than if you're just sitting here off the top of your head thinking, okay, who can I reach out to about Plexus? So I'm going to highly suggest that if you haven't gotten that book out and looked at least that section of it, to do that. Let me find mine real quick. Because I think this might be one of my favorite things from this book, because it's so beneficial. Let's see. Okay, Here we go. It's on page 2, chapter 2, page 13. So it talks about creating your Frank's list, and then it gives like all these different columns. Of course, I always just make my stuff on like a blank sheet like this. So go through that, and the idea is people always tell you, if you watch any video, they're going to say the very first amount of people that you need to make a list for is make a list of 100 people. Okay. If you're like me, that overwhelms me. Even in my corporate job that I had for 10 years, if I would get an email and it had like a lot of information on it, I'd immediately close it out. And that was the last thing I was going to touch. I would do anything before that. So I like to work in smaller lists. So I always tell my people, start by making a list of 20, okay? And then when you get through contacting all of those 20, make another list of 20. That way, to me, that seems like a more tangible thing to do and something that I can actually achieve and work through. And it's just 5 lists of 20 equal 100, but it doesn't seem as overwhelming if you just say, okay, make a list of 100 people, Kristy. And so on that list, you're going to list people. I kind of do it in 2 categories. So at the top, I'm going to have a product column and a business column. And so I'm going to go through my Frank's list when I'm making this and think, okay, well, Aunt Rita, she has diabetes. I want to reach out to her. My cousin, she's got an autoimmune disease. So you're going to be writing all these people's names down. So 10 people in your products list. And then for the people for the business, these are the people that I want you to think about, okay? I want you to think about people that, one, that they could use the extra money. Maybe they're working 2 jobs or their husband's working 2 or 3 jobs. And if they could just make $200, $300, $400 a month, that would be huge for their family, okay? So think about the people that could benefit from the business. I want you to think about the people that people follow, that people listen to, that people trust. That people just go to as far as, if they've got a problem or if they're wanting advice. People that are active on Facebook. Look for the busy people. So, and they can be all age groups. That might be somebody that's in college. It might be an elder in your church. There's nobody that's off limits with this. And so those are the people that you want to reach out with the business about, okay? Because those are the people that are probably going to see the business side of it like you see it. And so once you get this first list of 20 made, that's when you're going to start cold messaging. So I want you to raise your hand, and I'm going to scroll through these pictures really quick. If you've sent a cold message since you signed up, raise your hand. And no big deal if you haven't. Okay. Well, good for those that have, because that's the scariest thing. But though that really is what gets your business moving. We can post all day long, but sometimes it takes us reaching out to those people because they might be sitting back and watching you and thinking, you know what, I would really like to message her about this Plexus deal, but I'm just not going to do it right now. And so they might be waiting for you to reach out to them. I'm a cold message. Like, I'm a product of a cold message. My friend Rebecca reached out to me, cold message. We were acquaintances. We did not really know each other. And she said, hey, I've found this Plexus business. This is why I think you would be good. She named off like 4 or 5 things. Now, did I immediately jump on it? No. She had to follow up with me for 4 months until I finally said yes. But I would have never done Plexus if somebody would have not reached out to me, because I would have been, I'm an introvert, and I would have been way too shy to reach out to someone on my own. So when you're reaching out to these people through these messages, you can do it on Messenger, you can do it on text message, you can do it on a phone call, whatever you want to do, whatever you feel comfortable, it can be done anyway. So for the products, what I like to do is, if I know, like, when I'm writing these people down, I kind of make a middle note, and you could even write it beside it. Like I said, my Aunt Rita, she's got diabetes. So when I reach out to her, I'm going to make it personal to her situation, okay? So I'm not going to give her some big, vomits of Plexus and tell her, like, all the ins and outs of the business and tell her about all 15, 16 products we have, because That's not going to get her. I'm going to say, hey, Aunt Rita, it's Kristy. I'm sure you've seen me posting about Plexus on my Facebook page, and you know that I'm crazy passionate about it. It's changing lives, and I saw a testimony the other day, and I couldn't help myself any longer. Like, I had to reach out to you about this because I know it can help you with your diabetes. Okay, so you're going to make a connection with her right there with telling her why these products would fit into her life. Okay, so from there, you're going to say, you know, our pink drink was originally put together. I've lost my train of thought for a minute. Was originally developed to help type 2 diabetics. It levels out your blood sugars. You know, I can send over a couple testimonies if you want me to. But these are the kind of the ins and outs of it. And what I do when I approach these people is I'll tell them something, just a super quick thing about it. And I'll send the testimony over, and I'll say, let me know if you want some more information. I'd love to share this with you. Okay? And even tell them, hey, I'm going to check back with you in a couple days so that they know. Now, as far as the people for the business, what you want to say, you want to approach them kind of the same. So say Mary is on your list, and she's somebody that, you know, she has a lot of influence. She's active on Facebook. People follow her. You know, they trust her. So when you reach out to her, the front will pretty much be the same. You're going to say, hey, Mary, it's Kristy, and I'm sure that you've seen that I'm doing this Plexus gig, and that I'm loving it. I'm sharing it with everybody I know, and I want you to be a part of my team. I want you to do this with me, and this is why. I know that you would rock this business, or I know that you would do good with this business, or whatever term would be coming from your mouth. If you don't say rock a lot or whatever, you know, you don't have to say that. So then you're going to tell her, hey, Mary, you're a big influence to people. People trust you. They follow you. You're active on social media. These are all the things that people that are having success in Plexus, this is what they have. I know that you could do this. Would love to send you some more information on how the business works and on a couple people's different financial testimonies. Let me know what your email address is, and I'll shoot it over to you. Something super simple like that. You don't have to go ahead and send her all the information like in one text, because a lot of times if people feel like it's a copy and paste message that you're sending to them, you know, on your messenger, you can kind of see the first 2 or 3 lines, then they're not even going to open it. So you got to make it personal to them. The more that you can personally connect with people about the products and about the business, the more that it's going to work for you in getting them to do it. And so honestly, I just tell people, be yourself and be honest with people. If people they can hear that passion from you and see that passion from your post, and even they're going to be able to read it in the way that you're writing this, then they're going to get that. And so maybe you're saying, okay, well, what if they, you know, don't write back right away? Or what if they write back and then we go back and forth a couple times and they haven't made a commitment? So I don't know if any of you guys use the voice message feature of the messenger, but it's my favorite feature ever because one, I can do it while I'm going down the road and it's safe. And two, because it makes like people can hear your voice, they can hear the passion. It makes them feel like they're more connected to you. And so I will usually do my follow-up in a voice message. Okay. And so I'll usually say something like, hey girl, it's Kristy. I know you saw my message. I saw that you read it. And I just wanted to follow up really quick. See if you had any questions. I really want you to do this with me. See if you'd had a chance to look over anything I sent you. Get back to me and let me know what you think. Super simple. Now, other people are a little more pushy with their message and saying, okay, when are you going to sign up and when are you going to do this? But I'm not a pushy person. And so I kind of just take the subtle checkup way with these people. And now, okay, what if someone says, okay, I'm going to order and they don't order? And a couple days goes by. What do I do then? I will usually give them 2 or 3 days from the time they said they were going to order. And I will send them another voice message, but I usually put it off on myself, okay? And so I'll say something along the lines of, hey girl, it's Kristy. I know that you said you were going to order, and my email's been acting funny. I didn't get an email with your order, and I just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss something, because I want to get you your instructions on how to take our products as soon as you order, because I want you to know what to do the minute you get our products. Just let me know if I missed something. That way you're not saying, hey, you said you were going to order. Did you order? But you're kind of dunning them, but putting it off like you don't, like you've missed something, but not really. Does that make sense? Okay. So we've talked about the list, reaching out to people, talked about cold messaging, and there is a ton of threads and videos on the Get Plexi page that deal with cold messaging. And so on those team pages, one of my favorite features is the search button at the very top. And so if you just go to that search button and you type in the word cold message, there's going to be probably 100 sample messages that people have put in there for you to use, multiple ones. There's going to be, you know, videos with us kind of telling you what to say, how this is what I say. Like, there's going to be all different things for you to look at if you've got more questions on the cold messaging and maybe you need someone to actually write it for you, and so you could kind of copy and paste that and then make it to fit the person you're sending. So the next thing. Call it social media posting. I don't have Instagram because I just say I can't use another social media distraction. I tend to get sidetracked and eat up with social media, and I could spend all day on there, and it gets on my husband's nerves. So I've just told myself I can't get Instagram. But I know a lot of people that are really building their business on that, and maybe even on Pinterest. Some people do it on Twitter, maybe on Snapchat. I did get that one the other day just for the diamond filter. Yeah, but now it's gone, so I'm not on there anymore. But social media posting. Who's been posting on social media? Raise your hand. Okay. Who's friends with me or follows my page? Okay. If you're not friends with me, you can't be friends with me because I have 5,000 friends and it won't let me have any more. But you can follow my page. And why am I saying, are you following me? Not because I want all these followers, but I have had great success. And I feel like I don't do it in a salesy way. Like I do it in a more personal way, and a more maybe educational way and informative way with my posts. And so my network, my friends list is going to look way different from your friends list. So I would highly suggest to follow myself. And I'll send you, Shanette, a bunch of people for them to follow as well. And you can put it in your group chat. But follow some of us people that are diamonds there's some emeralds that have great posts, even some rubies and senior rubies on my team that they're just great posters. They were really active on social media pre-Plexus. They kind of just know what to do with social media. And so if you maybe are not having success with your social media posting, then start following us. And you know what? You just hold your finger down on the phone and you copy what I say, and then you get on your page and you hold your finger down again and you push paste. And nobody knows that I made that post up. They think you did it, okay? And it's just different ways that it might just be one simple thing of changing that, because I'm not going to lie, there's a lot of people that I even follow and I see their post and I'm like, oh, I'm definitely saving that one because that's a good one. Like, I would have never thought to say it like that, but that got my attention. And so you've kind of got to think all the posts that are happening on social media. Your friends are seeing so many things. So you've got to make something that's catchy. You know, use the emoticons, use the hashtags. Like, those just kind of break up a bunch of text. You know, sometimes post pictures with your post. Sometimes don't post pictures. I like to try to mix mine up. And most definitely make the majority of your post personal. So if you've got children, post about your kids, post about their activities, post how cute they are. You know, if they make a mess, post that. People love to follow kids that are mess makers. You know, if you're a big church person, maybe you work with Awana, just, you want to talk about all aspects of your life, okay? And you just want to make Plexus one little part of that. So I'm a big poster. Sometimes I'll post 6, 7, 8 times a day. And in those 6 to 8, I'm going to make 2, maybe 3 of those Plexus, okay? Maybe I'm going to do one about the business, and then I'm going to talk about a different product today. And then another one I might just, you know, throw in. Like today, I washed my hair yesterday 2 times, and it was so oily when I was getting ready for church. I'm like, what is wrong with my hair? So I just sprayed dry shampoo in it and went on. Today, when I washed my hair a while ago, I realized I've been using conditioner for my shampoo. That's why my hair was so oily. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to make a post about that because it's funny. But in the post, because it was 4:30 in the afternoon on a Monday when I made that post, and after I got out of the shower, I just kind of put in parentheses, yes, I know it's 4:30 p.m. on a Monday, but that's the perks of being your own boss, okay? So it's kind of like talking about Plexus and that I have a home-based business without even saying it, because I was talking about being in the shower at 4:30 and washing my hair with conditioner. So it's just you kind of have to be intentional with your posts. But in saying that, so I'm going to send you a list of people to follow me, and just know that people are always like, well, can I copy and paste people's stuff, or do I have to message them every time? You do not have to message a single soul. We are one Plexus, and everybody goes by that. You are free to use any video you ever see, any testimony you ever see, or any post that you want from any person in Plexus, okay? So you kind of want to, we'll just kind of go over the rules of how I like to tell people to post about things, even though you're going to follow these people and kind of like use some of their things. So you always want to make it personal. One of my girls, she's a senior, Ruby, she made a personal post yesterday just saying, I know this is going to be a long post, but it's just on my heart. And she wrote me and she said, I've been posting like crazy for the last month and I've gotten nothing. She said, I made that personal post and talked about how Plexus had changed, you know, my kids' lives because they had really bad eczema before. She talked about how it had helped her, the strain on her marriage, like the financial strain. She talked about how, you know, she was able to enjoy like her husband now, just all these different personal things. She said, I've had 5 people message me because I was personal. So make it personal. Even if you don't have a huge story yet, maybe you're sleeping good, or maybe you know, you're not feeling that 2 p.m. crash at your desk, or whatever maybe you're not spending $20 a day on sodas, or you're not going out and buying cases of Cokes a week, whatever it may be. It can be something simple, but make it personal about how the products are changing your life. And then as your business takes off, do the same thing. You know, I loved this post from, she's not on my team. She's just a girl that I follow here in Little Rock. And when she was, it was school time, and she's a senior gold ambassador. And she just made a post and she said, I'm just so thankful. She said, in years past, we would have not known like what we were going to do with like having to buy all the back to school supplies, and her kids go to a school where they have to wear uniforms. It's not a private school, but they still have to wear uniforms. And she said, in the past, we have literally struggled like, okay, how are we going to buy groceries next week if we buy the kids' school supplies? And she said, because of my Plexus income, I was able to do all that and not be stressed for the first August that I can remember. And just something simple, simple as that, I know got a ton of people's attention because they connect with that. There's so many moms and dads out there that are like, I feel you on that one. That stuff is expensive. So make sure you're making your post personal as much as possible. At least once a week, throw in something personal with these things that you're going to be posting, that you're going to follow us on. The other thing is mix your posts up, your Plexus posts, where y'all already, you know how to do your personal stuff. We just went over that. So your Plexus posts, make sure you're mixing those up between all the different products, not just your favorites, because I know a lot of times, even myself, you know, we all love the pink drink, we all love the X Factor, we all love the triplex combo, but sometimes these other products that you don't use as often, or maybe you've never tried before, you forget about those. But if you don't talk about the Ease line and how, you know, how it's helped somebody that, you know, has been in pain all their life and it's got, like, you know, sciatic nerve pain, or maybe, you know, they work out a lot and they've always had muscle pains and leg cramps, but with the Ease cream, they don't. If you don't talk about those products, you're kind of missing a whole nother audience, because we have to think that every person that's possibly looking at Plexus is going to be looking at it for a different reason. So it might be somebody like they have no interest in the pink drink. So if that's all you're talking about, they don't know that we've got this awesome pain relief line over here, or they don't know that we've got protein shakes that, you know, are way better, don't have all the bad stuff in them. That come in little bitty packages. So you kind of have to inform your audience. So a good thing that a lot of you guys could do if you're just starting out with your business and you haven't really been posting, you've got 16 products. So say you're going to start on August 1st, or no, it's not, it is October 1st. And so you're going to go over every product for the whole month of October. So say you could give each product 2 days out of the month, okay? So you could say that you're going to talk Slim, and what you'll kind of do is you'll do an educational post on Slim, and then maybe you're going to copy somebody else's status for your second Plexus post of the day, and then the second day, so October 2nd, you told them what Slim was yesterday. So on October 2nd, you're going to give a testimony with somebody that's had success with Slim, okay? So then on October 3rd, you're going to Shawnette in that she can make sure that you guys see. So because I've done this, it's a contest with my team actually last December. And so there's a ton of post ideas for you guys to use in there. So you want to mix up the products, and then you want to also talk about the business. One of, I know it's hard sometimes to talk about the business when you haven't even started working your business yet. And then, you know, we're just kind of taught in general that you just don't talk about money to people, or you don't talk about your work to people. But I have found out that if we don't present this opportunity to people, then they're not going to know about it. I was talking to Shawnette today on a call that we did, and I said, you know, my mindset was that there's only a few select people that ever get to the top or ever have success with any of these type of companies. And I just wasn't going to be one of them. And my other mindset was, you know what, people that are working, they're probably making like $50, $100 a month, and that's it. So if we're not presenting this opportunity to people and telling them we can get paid, you can get paid 11 different ways. You know, there's this girl that she was able to quit her job and take care of her husband when he was in the hospital. You know, if they hadn't had Plexus as the plan B, they don't know what they'd be doing. There's different ways to present the business without saying, hey, I make this much money a month, or hey, yada, yada. And so there's a ton of business post ideas that we can tag you guys in to use as well, but always be presenting the business as well, because people are not going to know about it if you don't talk about it. And the other thing that I like to really talk about and tell people to do is to be positive on your page. I'm just a positive person like in life, and way before Plexus, I was always super positive on my Facebook page. I was always talking about inspirational quotes and putting up things way before that was popular. And so I'm kind of an inspirational quote junkie. I just go on and Google them all the time because I just like reading things like that. And so maybe I'm not telling anybody to be fake, but if you like that kind of thing, you know what? Start posting one of those here and there. Like maybe do every Monday, you're going to do a motivational Monday. Okay, that could be your deal. And you're going to make a post with a graphic that's got some type of inspiration for the week for your friends. And you're going to say, hey, friends, it's Monday. Here's my motivation to y'all. People are drawn to that, okay? People want to be a part of something with someone that they know if something goes wrong, if they have questions, or if they need help, that you're going to be there for them, okay? They don't want to be, they're not going to join somebody that is a negative Nelly, a Debbie Downer, that they look at the glass half empty every time. They want, because they know that if something goes wrong, they need help. They need something that you're probably not going to be the best person for them to go to. So, you know, start looking at your post and try. And if you like that type of thing, be inspirational. People really do like that. And there's a ton of, I mean, I save them all the time. Maybe you're, you know, really into, you're a Christian and you love Bible verses. You know what? Start sharing those. I feel like one of the best things that Plexus has allowed me to do is it gives me a bigger platform to share Jesus and to share my testimony and to share like all the miracles that he's performed in my life. And so, you know what? I talk about God all the time. I'm always talking about my newest favorite Caleb song. Usually every Sunday I'm putting up a Bible verse that has you know, stuck out to me for the week. And so there's just a ton of different things to get people to seeing your post, to liking your post, and to watching your page. So if you're taking notes, I just kind of hit on the posting on social media that you want to talk about all the products and don't just get stuck on one. You want to talk about the business. You want to make it personal as much as you can, how Plexus is affecting you business or product wise. And then you kind of want to be an inspiration to people, okay? You want to be somebody that they like seeing your stuff in their newsfeed because it makes them happy, okay? There's so much negativity in the world with everything that's always going on, you know, that, and all that stuff a lot of it gets put on social media. And so people like to be reminded that there's still happy people. There's still good people in the world. There's still people that they want to help people change their lives. And so the other thing I'll touch on with social media, especially Facebook, I don't know if Instagram works like this, but Facebook works on algorithms, okay? So you've probably noticed, like at one point or another, you used to see somebody's stuff in your news feed all the time, okay? And then maybe you start realizing, oh, I haven't seen Sarah Baker's stuff in forever. Well, it's probably because you're not interacting with her, okay? So you weren't liking her post, you weren't commenting on her stuff, and vice versa. So I am this was way before Plexus, but I'm a serial liker and a serial commenter because I just like to make people feel happy. And if I like something, I'm going to let them know about it. And so if you're not somebody that likes people's statuses or comments on them, you're going to have to change that. Okay? You're going to have to change that. So I love this. One of my girls, when she first signed up, and I was like, that's genius. I never would have thought of it. But what she would do is so she started on Sunday, and she was like, I'm going to go through the entire alphabet with my friends list. So she opened her friends list up. She went to the A's, and so she just started going through there, and she was like, she looked at the people that she knew she hadn't seen in her news feed in a while, okay? So say she was going to pick 5 A's for Sunday night. So she was going to go to 5 people's pages that start, that are in the A category, and she was going to go to their page, and she was going to like and comment on, 3, 4, 5 of their most recent things that they put it up. Because then Facebook sees, oh, well, Dana wants to interact with Sarah now. So they're going to start making her stuff pop up in Sarah's newsfeed. So her Plexus stuff that maybe that girl wasn't seeing is now going to start popping up in her newsfeed. Okay. And then that girl stuff is going to start popping up in her friend's newsfeed as well. So then the next night she went to the B's and she was like, I'm going to do 5 B's. And so, I mean, you could do as many as you wanted. You could do the whole alphabet in one night if you wanted to, but that was all the time that she had to do it. So that would be a good way to start if you aren't really active with liking and commenting things, and you kind of see the same people's stuff in your newsfeed over and over. Go to your friends list and try that method and go through the alphabet. Say, I'm going to go through the entire alphabet from now, today's the 26th, until the end of September. So 5 days. I'm going to go through the entire alphabet. So what is that, like five letters a night? 25 people that you're going to comment on their stuff a night or a day, whatever time you get to work your Plexus business. And you're going to get these people, you're going to get them to start popping back up in your newsfeed, and you're going to start communicating with them. Now, you don't have to, once they start popping up, you don't have to like every single thing they post, but you still do have to interact with them. Another thing that I love to get interaction going is people love to give you their opinion, okay? Doesn't matter if they know you or they don't know you. So when, like example, I was decorating my house a couple years ago, or one room in my house, and I was going to get some pillow covers made. Well, I already knew which pillow covers I liked, but I was like, this would be perfect because people like to tell you. So I just kind of took a picture of all 4 pillow covers and I posted it, and I said, hey, which pillow cover do you like best? I got like 500 comments because everybody wants to tell me what pillow cover I should pick. A good thing to ask is, okay, perfect. Now, which I know that I don't know if y'all all live in Florida, so you don't really have the real fall weather. But like here, it's fall. People are asking, hey, what's a good fall? Like, what's a good soup, or what's a good chili, or what's your favorite cold weather go-to recipe? Another thing that's big for fall is, what's your favorite what's your favorite way to eat marshmallows? Do you like them burnt or do you like them barely done? And you can find pictures to use on the internet or whatever, but it's always good to ask about recipes. If you're going somewhere, say, I don't know. So say I was going to Dallas this weekend. I would be like, hey, I'm going to Dallas this weekend. What is a restaurant I have to eat at while I'm there? Because everybody's going to tell you what their favorite restaurant is. And I'm legitimately wanting to know, but at the same time, I'm communicating with all these people because they're commenting on my deal. Something I posted Saturday night, it was a graphic and it said, which shape are you drawn to most? And it was like a triangle, a circle, a square, and a squiggly line. Okay. I said, when I get 50 comments, I will tell y'all what each shape means, because I had seen somebody else post it and I had the answers. Before I put my phone down and I drove from Malvern home, which is like a 20-minute drive, and I had over 100 comments. People wanted to tell me what shape they liked. And so it's fun because those are kind of they kind of talk about your personality and they tell different things, but it's intriguing to people because they want to tell you what they like so they can find out the answer. Different things like that. Anything I ever post like that, 100% feel free to use as well. You just want to engage your audience as much as possible. Something that I don't know if any of you, I know Shawnette has kids, but this is something that would be good, for coming up for Halloween. What's everybody doing for Halloween? What, are you going, I don't know if y'all have trunk or treats where y'all live, or if y'all still do the traditional trick or treating. But you could say, hey, what's everybody doing for Halloween? Where are you taking your kids? Is there a a trunk or treat you're going to, or yada, yada. Like, that way you can kind of know what people are doing, but you're also being interactive with your audience. So those just kind of some general Facebook rules and things that a lot of people like. I never realized that before I started doing this, but I already liked people's things and commented. So I was already interactive with so many people. Anyways, so Shawnette, I really think that for them to, like, I've talked about the Franks list. We've talked about Facebook posting, which those are my two big things that I always talk about with people when I first sign them up and get them on the phone. Because really, if you, and cold messaging, which we hit on that, if you make that list and you start reaching out, it's going to build your confidence. You're going to start getting people interested, and you're going to go silver a lot quicker than what you would think can happen. And so in talking about going silver, I want to talk to you guys about something. So when you start signing people up, or you start reaching out to people, and they, there's 3 different ways that they can do things. They can do retail, they can do preferred, or they can do as an ambassador. And so it's kind of, I told Shawnette the other day, I really kind of do like whatever is best for that person. Okay. Whatever that, like, if they need the wholesale pricing, that is fine. So don't think that you can only sign business builders, and don't think that you can only sign wholesalers. So you kind of have to have a good mix. And honestly, a lot of times the first 3 people you do sign, they might be wholesalers, and that is completely fine. I know, I'm trying to think, I really didn't get a business builder until probably like the 10th person that I signed. And so know that you might have people that only want to do it to get the wholesale pricing right now. That's completely fine. Maybe when they fall in love with the products and people start seeing that they've had success, then they might move in and be like, okay, well, maybe I want to make enough to pay for my products because I do love these products. And I want to keep taking them, but I don't want to have to pay for them every month. So really that's about it on going silver. But I did tell Shawnette, like, I think if y'all start reaching out to these people, like, I would love to see as many of y'all as possible go silver by October 15th. But at the least, like, go silver by the end of October. So you got 20 days from today to hit the 15th date, or you've got like 35 days, 36 days to hit the end of October date, which I think is totally doable. So does anybody have any questions, like, on anything I talked about or anything that you've dealt with so far?
Any questions, guys?
I'm sorry?
Any questions?
Yeah. How many people do we have to speak to in a day to get to silver by October 15th?
Honestly, there's no telling what that answer would be, but I would say if you can reach out to 5 people a day, then I think that's good. Like, that's a ton of, like, you'll be through your 100 people list if you reached out to 5 people a day. You have 20 days till the 15th. That would put you right at reaching out to your 100 people. If you got 20 days, so 20 times 5 would be 100. And you know what? You might reach out and the first 3 people, you might be surprised. Like, who knows? The first 3 people might say, well, yeah, I want to do this, And so that would be awesome. But don't get discouraged if the first 2, 3, 4, 5 say they're not interested. Shawnette and me did a call today, and she texted me in the middle of it, and she was like, oh, gosh, this is not good. But, at the end, he ended up saying he wasn't going to say no, but he just didn't want to commit right then. And so I told her, I'm like, don't get discouraged about it. Don't worry about it. Like, believe me, if I quit after the first few no's or the first few people that told me I wasn't going to do anything with this, I wouldn't have even started. My very own sister, I'm a triplet. My very own sister
Oh, wow. Awesome.
told me, sitting in the back of my car, I'd been signed up for about a month or 2. She said, Kristy, I don't know why you're doing this. You are not going to do anything with this plexus because other people are already doing it. You're just wasting your time. Now, she wishes she would have done it with me, which I tried to get her to do it multiple times and she never wanted to be a part of it. And so you're going to have the naysayers, you're going to have the negative people, but you have to get through those people to get those yeses. And I promise that even as a diamond, like it stings sometimes when I reach out to people and they tell me no, they're not interested. But I know that a lot of times the people that say no, like it's usually just a not right now. They always, some people, it might just might be the wrong timing for them. They might have something going on in their life that you don't know about. And so a lot of times those no's, like they still watch you because they want to see what you're doing and they want to see what this is about. And it just takes them some time to get on board.
Yeah. I have Kristy, so I have a prospect with me and she wants to ask a question.
Oh, okay. Hey.
Hey, Nina. I'm going to sign up. But
Yay!
My question is this. For people that have done a lot of different network marketing companies like me, I've done a few different ones. I've lost a lot of money. I've wasted a lot of time. And a lot of my friends and the people that I know that are money makers or hustlers, they've all done a couple of them because we're always trying to find ways to make money. What would you tell a person that's like, oh no, I've tried that too many times, I'm not going to do it again? Or have you?
Okay, that was me. I had tried it one time and I said I would never, ever, ever, ever do it again because the company I was with, you had to keep inventory. You had to, keep all the products. You had to go to people's houses and have parties. You had to handle their money. You had to put in their orders. When the orders came in, you had to deliver it to their house. And the comp plans were just not it was all based on your sales. And then once you got to certain sales, then you had to do all this other stuff. What makes Plexus so different is I think it's 80-something% of our sales are from our websites. So people go to your website. You don't have to handle their money. You don't have to deliver their products. It ships straight from the warehouse to them. So that cuts out that. You don't have to have inventory unless you want to. You don't have to do parties unless you don't want to. And our comp plan really is 100% different than any other comp plan out there. My friend that I signed up under, when she wrote me, she had done the same company that I had done. After I did it, and after I told her, don't do it, it's a waste of money, she went ahead and did it, and she learned her lesson. And so when she reached out to me, she was like, Kristy, I promise this is totally different than blank. And so I knew she was saying that I trusted her. And so me and her are both great examples to use. I have another emerald on my team that she decided to sign up because she loved the products, but she wanted it in the cheapest way possible. And she told me on the phone the day I talked to her and she was signing up, she said, well, number one, I've tried this before. Like she had done like 5 or 6 different companies. And she said, I suck. I just suck at this. So I'm not going to do any good with it. So don't expect me to. And number 2, I'm not a big Facebook poster. So I'm not going to post on Facebook. And I will tell you that when she saw the vision and she sat down and saw the comp plan and saw that it was different, it clicked with her. And she was like, I'm posting on Facebook. And she's an emerald now in 15 months. And so I always use her example. I'm like, Jeannie Kent, I love your story because like she was not like she never posted on Facebook and she had failed at other things. Suzanne Clinton, she's a diamond here in Arkansas that's in my upline. Her husband actually told her when she was going to sign up, he was like, Suze, you're not doing this again. Like you've tried everything. And she was like, try one more. And so there are a ton of people that are anywhere from a silver all the way up to diamonds that most people have tried network marketing and they failed. And it wasn't ever because it was anything they were doing wrong. It was because, one, maybe they were not selling consumables and they weren't selling products that worked. Like our products work so you don't have to sell them, like they sell themselves. and they're a consumable. People take them every day. So at the end of the month, they have to have more. And our comp plan is just way different. Like I said, you can get paid 11 different ways. And what's great is from day one, you can, like, you're a profit share in the company with your pay points. And I mean, there are people that, I mean, there's silvers that can make $1,000 or $2,000 in a month if they want. So that would be my thing is we are different. And did you ever get the email, Shawnette, that I've been trying to send all day? Okay. Well, that would be a great email to send her when you get it, and that she could share with her friends, because it talks about how Plexus is different from other network marketing companies. And it talks about the 11 different ways we get paid. It breaks that down. Then it has my financial and health testimony on there. And there I talk about how I tried it before and had failed and all of that. And, you know, my biggest thing was, I don't know about any other companies that you've tried. Like you said, you've lost a lot of money and wasted a lot of time. That was me. I think I had to pay $600 to join that other company, and then I had to buy all the makeup items. I had to buy all the skincare items. I had to buy all this stuff and then take it everywhere. With Plexus, it was $34.95 to sign up and to start my own business. And so that was kind of the kicker for me, is I was like, okay, for $34.95, if it doesn't work out, like, that's all I've lost. Like, I've probably wasted, you know, $30 somewhere today on something I didn't need.
Any other questions?
You're welcome.
Questions? Come on. We're not going to get her often. So. Any other questions? No? Okay.
Okay.
No, not right now.
You're not going to get her again, John.
I have another question.
Okay.
What do I say to, I have a client, she keeps saying that I watch you, you're so excited. In fact, she wanted some of my Slim drink, and I refused to share with her because that was my last packet. And so she's like, oh, I'm going to buy it. I'm like, I'm telling you, I guard my Slim drink because it gives me that energy and that focus I need. So I told her I usually bring around my packet with me. I just didn't have it that time. It was over my mom's house, my sister-in-law. So she's like, I'm going to buy it. But every time she gets paid, she fizzles out on me. So, you know, is this just a hesitation? What is going on? What do I say to her?
Okay. So, I love this, I guess, maneuver, or like whatever you call it, that my friend Timmy uses. And so I've kind of started using it myself, and it works really good. So she said, when people keep telling her, hey, I'm going to buy it, or I'm going to sign up, and they don't, she says, she finally goes to me and she's like, okay, girl, be honest with me. I know that you've got a hesitation. Like, there's something that's holding you back from ordering or signing up, whatever it is that it relates to them. What is it? Because I know you want to do this, but you keep backing out. So I want to know, like, what else are you needing from me so that you will do this? And another thing that you could do is, I don't know if you see her often, but you know what? When she says she wants to order, pull your phone out and say, okay, let's get you ordered right now, and sit there with her and go through the process. But you might try that first way first, and just kind of, you know, that way she knows, okay, I need to quit leading her on. Like, what if I do have hesitations, let's talk about it. If I don't, let's get it done. And it might just be, you know, you calling her out, that she is like, okay, I've been forgetting, but I'm going to do it.
Okay. Somebody
asked a question, but it went away.
It said something about telling people about the store products, that it's better than, these products are better than the store products.
Oh, okay. So, yes, all of our products are superior to any type of blood sugar leveling supplements you're going to take, health supplements, probiotic, you name it. And there's a tons of information like on our team page that I can tag y'all in to where it talks about all that. I'm going to be upfront and honest. Like, I am not the product guru. That is not my niche. So I don't know the ins and outs. Like, even when somebody asks me that, I've been doing this for almost 3 years and I have to still look it up because it just doesn't stay up here because that's not what my brain feeds on. What the most important thing is that our products are plant-based and they're natural. Okay, they don't have any artificial colors, artificial sweeteners, anything like that. And so that is what makes our products different, is because they're plant-based and they're safe. And a lot of times people will say, well, why did they choose to put this in as an MLM instead of just putting it on the shelf? And it's probably been a month ago, but I made a great post about this. Chris McCall, he's the funny ambassador, but he has really good posts. He went and he actually took a package of Plexus Slim and he put it on a shelf at Walmart with like all these other, health and wellness products. And he said, this is why our owners chose to not put this on a shelf, because can you even pick it out from all the different things that are on here? Like, if you go to Walmart, there's 100 different things, but how are you supposed to know that one product right here is superior? And so they decided that instead of, paying to have it in big chain stores, paying for advertising, all that they would do it through network marketing, and their ambassadors are their marketing. So, but it is superior because of the type of ingredients and because they're all natural and plant-based.
And they work.
And they work. Yes, that's the kicker. They work.
Okay. Any more questions? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No questions. Thank you.
Oh, she had one more.
Okay. Wait. Hold on.
Oh, I can hear.
Hold on.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm
go
muted.
ahead.
Oh, sorry. I've been taking the Plexus Slim and the BioCleanse. Now, I skipped a couple of days and I started taking it again, but I noticed that my energy is back down to, like, I've been sleepy for the past couple of days. Like, is that until it builds back up in my system, or is that a side effect of me skipping a couple of days?
It might just be because you skipped a couple of days. Did you skip a couple of days on both products?
Yes.
It might just be because you skipped a couple of days and it's got to get built back up in your system. But, give it a couple of days and see what it is. And it might just be that you need to, sometimes when our bodies get used to the way we're taking the products, then we need to break up the routine of how we're doing them. So I don't know how you're taking all your products, but maybe instead of drinking the Slim at 8 o'clock in the morning, you drink it at 10 o'clock, or you take your BioCleanse first thing in the morning and then at night instead of midday or mid-morning and midday. But give it a couple of days and see if it picks back up. And if not, reach out to me and Shauna and we can look at your regimen.
Okay.
That's it. Okay. All right.
Thank you so much. You've
All
been
right.
very helpful.
Okay, well, I'm going to send – oh, good. I hope y'all learned something. And I'm going to send I'm still going to keep trying to send an email to you on it. But I am going into the big city tomorrow, Little Rock, so surely it'll send there. And I'm going to send you the list of people for them to follow, like good people for good posts and stuff.
Okay.
I think that's it. Okay. Bye, y'all. Nice meeting all of y'all.
Bye. Have a good evening.
Thanks,
Y'all too.
Bye.
Bye.